As actors, we don't have the privilege of specifying what is objectively correct in our performance. That's up to the end client, director, voice director, so on and so forth. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you're going to be on your way to making more lived-in, authentic performances. But if we don't have that ability, what ability do we have to exercise? How do we stay fresh and make choices so that we do get callbacks or eventually get cast in a project? That's what we're going to talk about today. But first things first, I just want to say a quick thank you to all of my patrons over on Patreon. If you would like more in-depth deep dives, tutorials, videos about my methodology, script breakdowns, etc., please go ahead and join me over on Patreon. It's free and it is down in the description box below. Now, let's jump right back in. First things first, let me tell you a story before we go into the most important part that's going to change, potentially, the way that you approach acting. As a musician, I was blessed with the understanding that even if you practice objectively perfect, you're perfectly in tune, when you go into a performance, if the rest of your section is not, then you are incorrect for not conforming to them. Because you see, a performance is not something that you do alone when it comes to performing musically or acting. It is something that is within the context of the rest of the group. So a lot of the time, a lot of the people who I work with go forth and they focus on memorizing lines, memorizing text, memorizing words, figuring out what emotion they want to bring to a scene. But then the second that they're given an instruction to try it a different way, they're unable to have that flexibility to be able to try it in that way. So what can you practically do in order to have that flexibility and keep it in a scene? This is a technique that was taught to me by my instructor, Jordan. Shout out to you, Jordan. You're absolutely incredible. Hope that you're doing well. What are you planning to bring with you into the scene? Let me break that down. If in the scene it calls for my character looking for car keys, there are a number of ways that that can be interpreted and that can be played. A lot of the time, people would be a little bit frantic, maybe a little bit angry. But if I just practice and prepare for anger, if the director goes, we want that to be a little bit more laid back, a little bit more melancholy, I'm not going to be able to realistically do that. I don't have the flexibility. I practiced it and honed it in this one way. So bringing something with you and preparing by sitting with an idea and bringing it in with you gives you that flexibility. So if I was bringing into the scene, my friend is the one who took my car keys. I told him not to touch my stuff. Now look, I'm late. He's not answering his phone. I don't know where my stuff is. That immediately brings in anger, because I'm actively thinking about something while going through the scene. I'm not focused on just the lines or the emotion. I have something active and alive in my head. Do I want to go to the place where I'm looking for the keys? That could be more melancholy and laid back. Let's say I don't even want to go. It's a party that I said yes to, but I'm an introvert and I want to stay home. So I'm looking through the keys and I'm like, oh, where did I put these? But thank God I don't have to go to that party. Maybe I put them over here. Maybe I put them in the bathroom. I had to use the bathroom, actually. You're thinking and alive in a completely different way, which is going to motivate your actions, the way you go through the scene, the way you speak, your voice in a completely different way. You can bring a number of different things into a scene with you. And if you practice this way, it's going to give you that flexibility for when the director says, we want you to bring a little bit of this into it, which happens almost every single session. You're not going to get it. This is a collaborative job where a lot of time is spent playing around trying to hone your performance to the end director or client's vision. So bringing it in and thinking, what are you bringing into the scene? How do you believe things are going to go? Do you think you're actually going to find the keys? All of this gives you that flexibility to be able to work in a variety of different ways so that you're not married to a singular performance. And that is one of the jobs of an actor, to be pliable and malleable. And another job of an actor is to head over to Patreon if you want more in-depth tutorials so I can go and do deeper dives, script analysis, behind the scenes, talking about projects I've been on, things of that nature. It's free, it'll only take you a second, and you'll be able to support the work that we do on this channel over here. So with that, thank you guys so much for joining. Stay creative, read a book, drink water, touch grass, and I will catch you in the next video.